Now, there are many things in society which I find fascinating, and I think they can cause a lot of internal stress that we might not be aware of. So I want to bring these things to awareness, have a conversation about it, and see what you think, see if it helps. We grow up many times unaware of this, that throughout our whole lives we're learning from our culture, society, sometimes parents, sometimes friends, that we want to aim for in life success, whatever that might be. We might see that as money, as power. Some people see it as power. We might see it as, I don't know, however you imagine or visualize success, right? So we have that running in our subconscious mind, that we want that success, we want the money. And then at the same time, at least in my culture, there's an emphasis about family, right? So then what I see a lot, and I talk to a lot of people, that they're chasing that success, so they're overworking, and then at the same time, they feel bad because they're not with their families. There's another one that I want to share with you, that in the media, in magazines, on TV, there's a lot of emphasis on physically fit people, like sexy women, sexy men, on magazines and all that stuff. So they, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, they're kind of feeding you that thing of like, maybe that's how I should aim to look. I want to be skinnier or have more muscle or whatever your thing is. And then at the same time, if you watch TV or even on magazines or that kind of thing, they're constantly feeding you with advertisements for junk food. And they spend a lot of money to make those advertisements as appealing as possible. They spend a lot of money, they do a lot of research on how to get the recipes for junk food as addictive as possible. We know that, that's known right now. This is not my thoughts or opinions. Like, it's known that they do a lot of research on how to get junk food to be the most addictive thing they can possibly create. So then you have this goal of looking a certain way because that's what you see constantly in the media, and then on the other side, the picture, they are constantly feeding you with junk food and desserts and sugary things and treats and all that kind of stuff. And you go to the supermarket, and what do they have right next to the cashier? It's like they have all kinds of snacks and junk food and all that. Not every store, but many of them. And you're probably aware of that, they even on the aisles, the way they set up everything, they know where to put things and eye level and kids and all that, so that you're more likely to buy that stuff. So it's very contradictory things, right? And there's more examples that you can think of that cause that internal stress, whether we know it or not. Like, we want to chase success and money and all that, but at the same time we want happiness and maybe family, friends, this and that. But if we're overworking, it's tough to balance this. And then if you're spending too much time with success and you ignore the stuff that truly makes you happy, then you feel bad. And if you maybe spend too much time here and you're enjoying the hell of your life, there's a part of you that might feel a little guilty that you're not aiming for more. Same with the health stuff that I talked about. You have the goal that maybe you want to build more muscle, you want to lose weight, you're going to get fitter, you want to just improve your health or whatever. At the same time, you're constantly being bombarded with ideas about, not ideas, I mean commercials about food and all that. They know what triggers people to want to eat that kind of stuff. They know how to get to us, to our cravings and all that stuff. So that's why I know that in our And these are just two examples that I wanted to share because I think they're pretty interesting to consider. Here's what I wanted to share, that we are constantly, I forget, there's a number for like how many commercials, like a kid by the time they are whatever, like 14 or something, they've seen like an incredible amount of food commercials on TV. It's crazy. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I don't know how else to describe it. But that's why I know and I feel like we really need the two things that I talk about a lot: solitude and silence. We need some time away from the constant noise, the constant consumption of ideas from other people of how we should live our lives. What the American dream is, or like that ideal thing that everyone wants, is like a family house, nice cars and this and that, and most people don't even want that. There's how many. Here's the thing that I find fascinating. Just consider this idea, meditate on this one. There's been many millionaires, billionaires that eventually realize, I don't think this is making me happy. I don't think this is what I truly want. And then they go out and seek guidance or advice from like a monk or someone in that kind of field. No, like, I don't know how to say, like lifestyle or whatever, right? But you don't see any monks coming to a millionaire asking for advice on how to get a Lamborghini. You don't see monks coming to a billionaire asking how to invest in the stock market. I don't know. That might say something about life and our journeys. That might be a cool little thing that we can learn from those people, instead of continuing to chase money, instead of continuing to chase material things, and continue to work towards a dream that might not even be what we truly want. There's that analogy of, yes, maybe you're climbing the ladder, but sometimes you get to the top and you realize that ladder wasn't on the wall that you wanted to climb. So maybe you kept climbing that ladder and it's not really the path that you wanted to take. That's why I know, and I think that the earlier in life that we consider these things, the earlier in life that we embrace the confusion of life. There's a lot of people around my age that are confused about what they want, confused about their path, confused about what their parents have been telling them that might be best for them, and the fact that they know that that's not what they feel on the inside. So the two S's, silence, solitude. I mentioned a lot about doing even like a dopamine detox, doing some kind of like at-home meditation retreat. Turn off your phone, put it on airplane mode. Let everyone know who's close to you that you're gonna be away for 3 days. Turn your phone off. 3 days. It's gonna drive you fucking crazy. I can almost guarantee that for a lot of us, that's gonna drive you fucking crazy. Do a long water fast with, you can do a vision quest. I've made more videos on that too, a little vision quest. You can look that up. Silence and solitude, and disconnecting from technology, disconnecting from maybe everything and everyone in your life. It's not easy. It's not always the most doable thing for many of us. But instead of considering going on vacation, instead of considering going on a retreat, how many people sign up for a yoga retreat or some kind of retreat that you could invest that time and save that money and just go in? This is not for everyone, only if it resonates with you. Only if you know that you're craving something more from life, but you're not yet very clear on how to get there. I have a ton of videos on life purpose. any idea that comes to mind about life purpose, I share it, and I have a lot more coming, trust me. So you might want to subscribe, turn on your notifications. I might leave now because the mosquitoes are driving me crazy, but I wanted to share those things. That's why I think there's a lot of internal conflict and confusion within a lot of us, especially younger generations. People around my age, early 30s, late 20s, like that age range, most people that I know are somewhat or pretty confused about what they want in their life. And many of them are working jobs they're not happy with. I don't know. Do you want to end up being the millionaire in 20 years, going to the monk to see how to find inner peace and true happiness? Or do you want to maybe go for that first, find the balance that works for you? Still, you need to make money. I'm not saying you don't ignore everything and not work anymore. You need to make money, you need to put food on your plate, you need to whatever. But maybe finding a balance of that, the millionaire and the monk, finding the balance that works for you. I'm not here to tell you what's best for you, but you can decide. You know what's best. Silence, solitude, listen to this, relax, breathe, sit, stay, enjoy. It's gonna drive you crazy, but it's priceless, it's worth it, it's part of the path, part of the process. Hope that helps. Have an amazing, amazing day.